It's the Bustas, bitch.
That's right.
Welcome to the Bustas Podcast. I'm Ramosity.
I was just making sure my mic's on. I'm Wolo, aka Murder House.
Murder House. Slaughter Bar.
Hero. Just Hero.
He's Death Shed.
I'm not gonna say my name.
We'll leave that out.
It rhymes
Slaughter
with
Barn,
Kate,
Murder House,
and it has
Death
trailer in it.
Rhymes with cape and has trailer in it.
Well, they figured it out now, so we good.
Think I'm. Damn. The people were gonna forget.
You guys like I did that?
Yeah. Real fucking subtle.
You go,
Hey, you think they'll know? You think they'll know?
I mean, I guess if it had to be that or saying the actual name. Today's topic is injuries from when we were stupid ass young people.
So we talked a lot about our kid lives last episode, right? And we kind of got into a little bit of like the dumb shit we did when we were kids, but
Doesn't even scratch the surface.
Yeah.
They were mostly injury related. This is going to be just straight up being dumbass kids.
kind of like just like let it all out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys are
Kind
gonna
of
know
add
the
details.
Bustas.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting intimate with the Bustas. You know, like the Bustas. Oh yeah.
All right, well, I'm not first because I got a
those-
mouthful of Tic Tacs.
For the smart people. Actually, you go first.
What? Oh, one of my
Yeah, since you did your epic ass subtle ass intro, like we talked about, you know.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah.
good, that was
I'm
good.
tired though. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired. That's why I'm. I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. All right, so what should I talk about? Like just like injuries, right? I should probably start with an injury.
No, I mean, just being a dumbass kid, whatever. Whatever you want. Any kind of dumbass story.
Or Gunplay.
Yeah, okay, so my Gumpa life isn't very long, but I guess I have a few stories. Okay. Alright, so
one of these podcasts, he's gonna retort. Alright.
just like too many gunplay. All the time, you know?
I'll come in and have all the Marvel shit replaced with Gunpla.
Well, I was gonna like not be on one of our episodes and shit, in that one episode. We're just gonna empty everything out.
We're like doing the podcast and we hear him downstairs like, motherfucker! Yeah, just know that if you ever be like, yo, I can't make it to a podcast, we're gonna do a quick Gunpla remaster.
Dear Jesus.
So every time Wallo's not on the podcast, it's gonna be Gunpla.
Y'all heard him here first.
Alright, so
Dude, that Black Panther mask is amazing, dude.
oh yeah, maybe we
Thank
should
you, I
talk
made
about
it
that.
myself.
Look,
Yeah.
it's like even like I meant.
Yeah, one thing I will say, I did 3D print it on my Creality CR10 V3, and
On Bat's Creality.
no, I bought that, and then I painted it, you know, striped it out, put the eyes in it. It is Black Panther now, so I mean, it looks pretty good. That's
Man.
about it.
Right, but the Black Panther mask I hand carved out of wood's a lot better. I don't have it with me
Ask
right now.
him to
but-
show you.
Well, I can't
What the
because it's
hell,
in storage.
you'll just
but-
have
Of course, it's in storage.
You'll have to follow our.
He's being that guy right
that
now.
guy right now.
Ramosity.twitch
If you guys want to see the wooden carving that Bat did of the Black Panther helmet, and it's like perfect form, you'll have to follow the Instagram.
Yep. Follow our social medias and he'll post it.
Yep.
We'll post it.
Want to post somebody? I'm going to go find someone else's wood carving.
Definitely mine.
We got a Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok.
Twitter, and TikTok.
Man, I don't know about that Snapchat. I think I might take that down.
You shut your word mouth.
I need to do it on my computer.
Or
My phone
hoe
sucks.
now.
Yes. I hate it.
It's
dude.
horror.
I can't do the Facebook
Don't
thing
call
on
me
it.
a
Half
hoe.
the time it don't even
Wow.
work.
I'm a classic
Why,
hoe.
you mean-
What's
Yeah.
going on with
It's
My fucking
just
6
not.
I could.
not popping?
I'm not gonna do it right now,
There's
but
just
dude,
no way to
I can, like,
reach out to people.
I can have a whole conversation
Without
with
it
you
being, like,
in the span of me
thirsty-ass
pressing the
people.
Google Chrome button and it popping up.
Dude, that's a lot.
I can like
Yeah.
Oh God, that's not good.
We
Yeah,
don't
it
need
sucks.
that publicity on our
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Well, it just feels like
I'm not
Snapchat's
half the
a
time I'm
lot
not
more
even
like
in the mood of watching porn
Tinder.
anymore after I like try to look up something.
Yeah, because it just takes so long.
I go to the incognito tab.
It's like,
I
man,
look
I'm
up the
gonna
website. I gotta find the video and shit. By the time it's like 2 hours later, and Bianca's already back home. I'm like, man, I can't watch the video.
God, damn, you might need to stop watching porn if it takes you like 2 hours to like.
No, you missed
the exact.
I say it takes that long to get to the video.
How many videos do you have bookmarked?
That's what we're talking about.
How many videos you got bookmarked to take 2 hours, dude?
No, it's a.
Nah.
It's all like upload stuff, you know what I'm saying?
See, Trevor, I thought he was saying like to like
You better be lucky
refine
you
his
don't watch our
search.
shit.
Like it's like he starts off like big
I
booties,
have
and then
acquired
it's like
tastes.
big booties, brown hair, and then he has to just like
He has to
really
refine his search until he finds the perfect video.
And then he's like fucking perfection.
And right when he gets to perfection, Bianca walks through the door. He's like, "Shit! Shit! God damn it!
Bookmark.
I thought you were supposed to be gone for 2 hours.
I have like a $40
It's been an hour and 20 minutes.
No, see, what I was talking about is I have like a $40 phone, and it takes like 3 hours just to get to where I want to go.
Yeah.
because the loading.
Yeah, I click on
Ram's
Google
low.
Chrome, and it takes like 30 minutes. Like I can, like halftime when me and you were playing Rust, like I was trying to watch a YouTube video for like half that time.
Damn.
It takes forever, dude. And like sometimes it will like register that like it's like in landscape mode now, even though I didn't turn it.
Yeah,
so then
mine
like
does
the
that.
phone will like freeze, and it's like
I'm pretty sure
and
you
like
should.
it'll block up and kind of like go to the corner and shit, and half the screen turn black.
Dude,
I'm like, what the fuck? And
you
then
gotta
like
get you
then
a
it
new
turn,
phone, dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
Then you
right?
see like the turn thing and it's still black, and then it'll pop
Get-
up the video.
get-
and
At
it has to
least
buffer
a
for a
Get
second.
that.
$50
Get
phone
that.
this
new
time.
At least a $50 phone.
Dude, at least if you buy another $50 phone, it's gonna be upgraded from that one, just
Yeah.
slightly.
Yeah, like a $10 extra like processing unit. Or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you want the one with quick loading times? It's an extra $10.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, I know what you can do. I wanted the best phone out, so now I gotta pay for it for like, I don't know, 24 months.
I was about to say till you die kind of thing.
Sign in blue.
Yeah, it's 1,500, so I
It's gonna
gotta
suck
pay on it
whenever
for
we
like
get like an
24.
actual
Hey,
camera or
brother,
something.
can I get some?
We don't need to use that phone.
Can I
No.
get some of those Tic Tacs?
I
I like the orange ones.
Yeah, I buy them all the time, man.
Okay,
They're
so
like candy.
Okay, we're back on topic now. Here we go.
What topic is that?
Gum
I
beat
think
Dumbass
I think we were gonna talk about kid stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I broke a leg once. This is my thigh bone, like right up here.
You broke a leg.
Holy shit, you broke that bone?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I knew family who, in my family that I was visiting at this time, was like buddies with this one dude. He was a really nice guy. I don't know. He's also kind of an idiot, I think. A little tweaked out sometimes. But he was like, he had a motorcycle that we all rode and shit. That he rode. He was letting people ride it. I never rode a motorcycle at that time, and it wasn't like a dirt bike or anything like that. You know.
Yeah.
It was like a big.
Yeah,
chunk,
like motorcycle.
like one of those things where you like hit it too hard, you kind of wheelie and shit. And also, he let me ride it like not on the road. It was like on like a farming area, so like it was bumpy and fun.
Oh, God.
and shit. I don't know why he thought it was a good idea, but I did, and the car flipped. Or the bike, the fucking motorcycle.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, like I did it for a second, right? I was like, oh, cool, zoom, and I like fucking like literally. I went
You
too
turned
fast.
the
I
wheel
hit the
too
thing, so
sharp,
I was in
brother.
the air, kind of like twisted, and I broke my thigh bone that way. I also like somehow split his fucking motorcycle in half, like almost clear in half. The
Oh
thing was
my
like-
god.
How fast were you going?
I don't know how fast. It was like 5 seconds tops. I was on that bike.
Fast enough to break like the densest bone in your body.
Yeah.
And just split a motorcycle in half.
It's a very fragile part. I mean, not. It was a very hard part to break.
Yeah, that's
it's
what
not
I'm
something
saying.
that's, yeah, it's not easy to break that part.
You had to been going fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
usually
think
like
going
busts up through everything else before it would break.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
Get
thing.
the. It was like dink.
That
My
shit
was
was
like
lit.
twisted on the inside.
Dude, you could have bled to death.
Yeah, like
Like, why
I
the
mean,
fuck would the guy let? Hey
What?
kid, you want to ride a bike?
yeah.
Which okay, go ahead.
So it's like cool to teach somebody, right? How to like ride a bike.
Yeah, but
Right,
he didn't
right.
teach you.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, try it out. All right, so this is how you drive and shit. Test it out. And
Here's the
plus,
throttle,
it
here's
was
the
like,
gears, good luck.
It was like the most like bumpy terrain in the fucking.
Maybe because of who
World.
your stepdad was.
I don't know, maybe it was like his side of the family.
Yeah,
Like,
he
automatically assume.
Like
I automatically knew I knew how to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess. He was like, yeah, you could do it.
he didn't even give you like he didn't be careful. The road's bumpy.
It wasn't even a road. Yeah, like I was.
Yeah, just-
Well, okay, so this like there's a few parts that's a little blank, right? And maybe I was on a road at one point, but when I did crash, I was in like a.
Yeah, you
like
probably hit your fucking head.
when I was riding the motorcycle and I like crashed, I was on like a farm that someone tilled. You know what I mean? So it was like that bumpy dirt
all
where like everything
mushed up.
Damn,
Yeah.
so you wrecked on somebody's property?
Maybe, unless it was his. I don't remember too much.
That's pretty hardcore, dude. Splitting your bone, splitting
Yeah.
motorcycle in half.
They said it was a pretty clean.
Clean break.
Clean break. It was like
That's
perfectly
good.
fine. Everything was like
Yeah,
decent.
that's the best way
They
to break it.
I was like very lucky in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Like
like, I
the
mean, I'm
most
very unlucky that I broke it, but it was like so
Yeah,
perfect
'cause if you
that
would've-
like it was very easy to.
If it would have jagged broke, you probably bled to death.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
that dude wouldn't have known you was out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But he sat there and watched
Like
it
when
happen.
people
He was
break
like,
that bone, don't they gotta worry about like
My
the
thigh.
femoral artery or something?
Oh, so he seen you?
Yeah, no, yeah. He was like, yeah, that's how you did it, and I tried it out. He was like watching me, and I was like,
and,
all right.
and he didn't even like, stop, you're going too fast.
Yeah.
He was like waiting.
Well, he was like, all right, do it, and I like did it, and like in the span of like 5-6 seconds, I like wiped out.
Oh my god.
I didn't really ride the bike. I like flew for a few.
as soon as
He
he,
got hung on to the handlebar.
Yeah.
as soon as Zeke took off, he's like, man, this fucking kid's about to die.
He's like, what the
Dude,
fuck did I just do?
you know he was like that kid.
It's like, this kid.
That's
Yeah, that was
hardcore.
like that was a pretty hard wipeout.
That's hardcore.
That is intense.
It was like
Damn.
it was a pretty expensive bike. Like I remember it looking nice at least. He didn't tell me how
Why
pricey
would
it
you?
was.
Why would
Dude,
you
he
let a
didn't even
kid?
care about you. He was like,
Yeah, dude.
my bike.
I doubt it. He probably like, fuck, dude, that was expensive. I don't think my life at that time was worth how much that bike was. Yeah. It's at least to that guy, right?
Right.
Yeah,
It's like,
that
oh, this
guy,
kid
yeah.
I just met.
Well, I don't know. Apparently, he didn't care about the bike too much if he let your ass on it.
Yeah, right. And it's saying, maybe, I don't know, it's just like, it doesn't matter like how expensive that bike is to me, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let some kid ride it,
Yeah.
because he's gonna fuck it up.
I don't
Plus,
know
he might fuck himself
I
up.
don't
Yeah.
want a lawsuit.
Yeah. I don't want to,
what
like the kid
hell
that
he
break
was
his thigh
thinking.
bone.
I have no idea what he was thinking.
That was back in the day whenever lawsuits were unheard of.
Something,
Yeah.
man. For some reason, he just thought you automatically just knew how to ride a bike. Did you tell him?
I never
Yeah,
rode
did you
a
do
bike.
that kid lie thing? Like, I ride motorcycles professionally. He's
Okay,
like, alright.
Dude, that shit, we should have made
Well,
that
he was like-
into a t-shirt.
He asked
I
me,
ride
yeah.
professionally.
Yeah. Bam.
I gun club professionally.
Bam. Alright, there's two of them right there.
But yeah, it's like that kid thing that everyone does, right? Where it's like, yeah, no, I know how. I was kind of scared to tell him I don't know how, because he seemed pretty. He was like, yeah. Well, it wasn't like he was asking me, you know what I mean? He's like, you know how to ride a bike, right? Yeah, you know how to ride a bike, right? Come on.
Yeah. You're thinking of bicycle. It's like, yeah, I know how to ride a bike. He's like, whoom. He's like, oh fuck.
Get on this, man. Here's the throttle. Here's the brake. Get it. You're like, all right.
Shit.
Easy enough.
Yeah, it was like 6 seconds. I was like,
Oh god.
Damn.
I was like, oh.
That's a great story
That
though.
is.
a good one.
I can't top
That's a good
that.
start.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't top
It's a
that
good
either.
story.
So
Okay, cool.
we're going to end the
I was, like,
podcast
really
right
trying to
here.
get a good
Stay sexy.
His story reminded me of one time I was working at this just low-end tattoo shop. I thought it was big time. You know, when you're like fucking 18, you know.
Yeah.
Well, so there was a dude that showed up there, and he was getting tattooed by my mentor at the time. And he fucking was all talking about his, like, fucking Corvette sitting outside. And we were just like, oh, man, that's a real nice car. And he was like, you want to take it for a drive? And, like, tossed me the keys. I was like, you sure? And he was like, yeah, go for it. Now, it wasn't, like, new,
Stolen.
like, that year new.
Yeah.
But, it was probably, I want to say,
Recent?
about 5 years old.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it was,
nice ass vet.
it was a nice fucking vet. Like, so me and this other dude are like, fuck, let's do it. And this other guy, it's like a big, like 500-pound, lazy-eyed motherfucker, you know? And so, the shop was right up there by the expressway. So we just pulled out. I was going through past the movie theater and all that, doing like 70 then. And I was like, oh man, because it just like floated.
Yeah.
And man, I got on the expressway and just fucking punched it. I had that thing up to like 95. I was like, I'm gonna slow the fuck down now. Because man, it was such a smooth ride. I'm like, I need to stop while I'm ahead.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
And then
experience.
I let the motherfucker with lazy eye was like, hey, let me drive. And I was like, okay, dude. And then like the whole time I was like, because like
Oh,
this
shit.
dude's one eye was like,
You having fun, dude? It's like,
I do.
you talking to me?
Like an actual curious question about that stuff. Do they like actually? They see that way, right? Were they like?
I don't know.
If they're like born that way, would they be able to
Well,
process it the same way we like? Look
Yeah,
at
I
it?
don't know.
Well, see, that's what I always thought
like
too.
it
But
wouldn't
every
affect them?
time I've talked to someone with lazy eye, it's like it
They
doesn't.
don't know you're there.
Well,
They don't
no,
know
it's
it's
not.
there.
It's like they're looking at me eye to eye, even if both eyes are like. It's not like they're like, "Hey, okay, man, I can see you now." They're like looking at me, even though it's like,
Oh yeah, see, I got
which is weird.
I got a really bad lazy eye, but it's only when I
I've
turn
seen
and
it
look
sometimes.
left.
Right.
When I look real hard left, it'll like cross over, but I don't got the one that's stationary lazy.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I couldn't say anything about that, but I know that like my kind of lazy eye, when I look really hard, it's like one eye is operating super good and the other one's nothing. So I can't tell there's anything affecting me with my vision.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Because it's been so like
yeah,
you've
maybe
never,
like depth, but like it just seems normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say you wouldn't know what it's like to look without it, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
to you that is
yeah,
normal.
yeah. It just seems normal.
Right. That's what I was saying. Like, they just like don't. Cause I feel like that's just like weird, you know.
Yeah,
like
the stationary
would the
lazy
brake
eyes,
look?
I've always wondered too, like the Forrest Whitaker eye type
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. See, my
Yeah, I don't know.
so like
Well,
my
it's
wife's side of
because
the
you'll see
family.
people that like are driving
you,
and then they.
Forrest.
I do.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker is
Yeah, no,
fucking amazing.
he's great. I just know there's.
But it's like you see
something
people
with
like
his eye.
drive up and then they step out of the car and they're like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And it's like, "How the fuck are you driving?"
Yeah, I don't know about those.
Let me see the keys.
like
Calm
like
down.
fucking like the crazy eye dude from Mr. Deeds. yeah. Hey, yeah, he had him a Corvette too.
Yeah.
Dude, literally, like, you'll be driving and he's like, careful. It's like, what? It's like, there's someone pulling out real quick.
Yeah,
it's
he's like-
what?
But see,
He's
that's
like on your left and you're like, "Huh? What?"
But fucking like, so my wife's side of the family, there's like this little puppy. She's like 4 years old, really small dog, and like. It's funny that we were
doesn't have
talking
a
about this
wife.
because this just happened yesterday.
It's his body
It like
pillow.
blew my fucking mind. I was always confused by it. She's like kind of blind in one eye, so she's a little like disoriented or something.
His wife
But like
spanks him.
she's really good with catch, and I always like play fetch with her and shit like that whenever we're over there. But like every time she looks at the ball, she's like looking like this way, like and the ball's over here, right?
And she'll still get it.
But yeah, well she's like staring like off in the sky. And I'm like,
we are
is she
talking about a
watching?
dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you, the puppy.
I completely skipped that part, and I thought you were talking about a little girl or something.
Yeah, I play fetch.
That's what I was
Really,
saying.
he
I
stares
played
off
fetch with
into
a little
this-
girl. Makes her happy.
FBI, open up!
I wasn't even thinking that. I was like, fucking, oh, look at her.
Oh, well, I didn't hear the dog part.
She's like looking this way, and I have the ball, but she like tracks it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I move the ball, she like moves her head like she's watching it.
Did you,
Like,
It's
she-
like weird to me because she's looking very far
you
away.
gotta add that video where it's like FBI busting in, falls through the table.
I'm not playing fetch with a little girl. Come on.
No, the only reason
I
I
don't know
said
why you
that.
guys took it
Yeah,
to there.
I didn't hear anything about a dog, and I thought you were just playing fetch with some kid. Like, huh?
Fetch?
It was,
I call it fetch.
it would
I don't know. That's why.
Look at that little fucker go.
That's why I wasn't questioning it. I'm like, okay. I mean, what you
She's
think
real
is-
good at playing catch. Trust me. I like throw it. She's like, oh, and so like takes a little bit because she wobbles, but she runs over there. She'll pick it up and run back to me.
yeah. But she was just like weird. Like she'd look at the opposite way and
Yeah.
then run to it.
Yeah. Plus, she has like, she's like really small and like a wiener dog, right? Like a Dachshund
Yeah.
or something like that. But she's like super Chihuahua Dachshund. But she like she's really fast, but she's like super small. Now I'm gonna start talking about this puppy I really like, but it has nothing to do with this podcast. I'm gonna say it real quick though. Like whenever you do toss things at her, there's like a trail of dust because she like glides
Yeah.
across the floor or the ground and stuff. She's like, and she runs really fast too. So she like runs through the gravel and the grass, and it's just like this like dust smoke cloud that like follows her. It's how I love her.
She's
but,
like a cartoon dog.
yeah, for real.
That's
Just because like her belly's so low to the ground, you know what I mean? It's like she
It's like dragging
glides
it.
across. Yeah,
Like
she's
Justin Ford.
yeah, super quick.
Yeah, it's like,
Like, what
it's
the
like
hell?
my little dog Dan. He has no legs.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
love
Lieutenant Dan. Yeah.
He actually has legs. They're just really small, so we say he has no legs. Just be clear. I don't want them to have like a mental image of a dog just laying on the ground with no legs.
Like a dog that's like learning to move like a snake.
That'd be kind of cool.
Like moving like a seal.
Boink, boink, boink. Where they like kind of bounce. I would love a dog like that.
I would love a dog like that too, and of course he would be named Seal after the singer.
You guys seem like a.
After the singer.
They'd be. There was like this cat I saw
Not
in like
the
videos
animal, after
and
the
stuff,
singer.
where like the front paws were like crooked or whatever. Like she, like it was born crooked, so it runs on like two legs.
Oh, like
Oh,
deformed?
yeah, we're like running like this. Right?
Yeah, I've seen all kinds of
Yeah.
dogs, like either like that, it's like front legs.
Well, this one was a
like,
cat, but
Oh, it's a cat. Yeah.
I don't know.
Dogs, cats. If something happened to their front
Yeah.
legs, and they just T-Rex around all the fucking time.
Oh,
cat's
yeah. Yeah, I've seen those videos.
It's so weird to see a cat jump like that. Honestly, they jump and like land on
Yeah,
its like.
well, see-
where it's like usually cats will jump and like grab type of thing. But it's like phew, like there's a full vertical jump on like a thing. It's like what the fuck did I just watch?
That's some horror
Well,
movie
it's
shit.
like that is less weird to me than the cats who have all four legs, but will stand up on two legs.
Oh, yeah,
I can see all kinds of videos, like people
The one
like
that's
come
like-
into the room and they're like, "Hey!" at their cat, and it's like,
I
it's
see-
like, what the fuck?
I saw this
How did you
recording.
learn that?
I saw this one video that made me laugh so fucking hard. It was like we pretended that we left the house to see what our dog would do and stuff, and we left, and like pretend like they left, like they shut the front door and they turn, and like they see the fucking the door that's closed, fucking like opens up, and the dog's like like open the door. And like looks at him and then shuts the door.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that
They
up.
like freak out because it's like a pit or whatever. But it like opens the door, like looks at him,
You're
like
like,
shut the door.
oh, shit.
And it's not like he like looks down where like a dog would be, like he's like on two legs, like look at that. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
And my wife showed me one. This gal was in the kitchen with her dog, and she started acting like she was choking. And at first the dog was kind of looking at her. She's like, laying down, and the dog's like, runs over here, is like, whap, grabs the knife out of the drawer, like comes at her. And she's like, what the fuck?
Oh, shit!
I seen that.
Yeah. The dog is just like, oh shit, oh shit,
Yeah.
whap, and then it's got a knife in its mouth.
He was just trying to put her out of her misery.
Something, man. She was like, what the fuck?
Gosh.
all right, so kid life. That's where we're supposed to be at. You guys got any stories? You guys got any stories? Or just like
I'm thinking.
I got an injury story when I was a little kid. It's so dumb, and it's super quick actually. So I don't even know if it's a story, more of a tale. But I was riding my bicycle when I was like 7 years old, and it was in town, like you know where Karen Drive is.
Yeah.
It was right there in those apartments, and I was just riding my bike.
The old South Side.
Well, I like heard a car like really close to me. I thought it was like going to hit me. So I look backwards while I'm still riding forwards, and while I look back, I'm like, there ain't nothing back there. And I guess while I was doing that, I was riding like into this big ditch.
The car.
And right when I went into the ditch, the handlebar somehow turned, went into my mouth, and took out a bunch of baby teeth, like all of them, like on the right side. I just remember, like I was riding, and it was just like,
no fucking way.
yeah. And I got up, I immediately pulled the handlebars out of my mouth. I was like, what the fuck? And I was
Just like
bleeding,
blood, yeah.
and I was just a little kid. And I'm like, oh! I started crying, and eventually, like, no one was coming to save me while I was crying. So I had to get my bike out of this deep ass ditch. So it took me forever because I was like 7 years old. It was like a 20-inch mongoose. So like I finally got it up, and I was like crying all the way home. I was like, and then I had to go to the hospital because I fucked my mouth up really bad.
Dang.
Like when I filled with my tongue, I still got like this like big crater on the roof of my mouth where my handlebars went kunk and stopped. Yeah, and I was just all that happened was, oh, is there a car behind me? Bam! It went downhill, literally.
So yeah, you like went down a big ass ditch.
Yeah, I went down into a ditch, and somehow right when I went into the ditch, like right when I noticed I was going to ditch, I turned, my handlebars
fuck.
already was going down, and when the bike stopped, cool, stopped into my mouth.
Dude, you almost died.
See, I told you. That's what I was talking about.
I-
When I was talking about how I was like riding that bike with no hands and stuff, and I fell in that I fell in a big ass ditch and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what? Well, like that's what I was like a big ass ditch where you fall in there. It took me like an hour to get out. with
I
that bike
didn't even
and
see
shit.
it
But
coming.
no, I'm like I'm totally fine with what I went through compared to like when I'm hearing what you just went through. That fucking handlebar like deep throated your ass and
Yeah.
took some teeth.
I will say, no throat was involved. It was more deep mouth.
It wasn't that big of a pair of handlebars, okay?
Oh, no,
Don't flatter the bike,
you ever see a 20-inch mongoose, bro? You know what I'm
There's
saying?
a shirt. Do you ever see a 20-inch mongoose, bro?
Bam.
Oh fuck, that's terrifying. Like,
Yeah, dude. Like I hurt.
I felt
It hurt
so
me,
bad.
but I didn't have that like anywhere near.
Oh,
a bad
like the
injury.
chances of it happening to anyone is like 1 in a million.
Yeah.
Like somehow wrecking into a ditch and the handlebars going directly into your teeth.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's like if all the fucking lotteries to win, that's the one you win, right?
Yeah. Oh, I've won my
The lottery of backs.
I mean, we never win anything good, but we always get the shit into the lottery.
Yeah, it's like the crazy 1 in a million chance things of the one thing going wrong.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, we're fucking lucky when it comes to that.
And see, I never buy lottery tickets anymore because when I turned 18, I bought like one ticket for like a $1 ticket. I won $2. My first ticket. And I was
Speaking
like,
of
I
that-
straight up, I'm 20 now and I haven't bought a lottery ticket.
I lose all the time, but the other day I woke up and I was like, I'm feeling lucky. So I went and took $5 to buy lottery tickets, just dollar tickets.
You and
I
I.
won 6.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, buddy. I took those 6. I won 7.
Really?
Hell yeah.
I took those 7. I won 3, and I'm like, fuck! Because I really thought I was going to win the max prize, like the $6,000 prize. I just
Right.
felt it because I kept like getting one more dollar, and right when I spent that 7, I was scratching them off. Loser, 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 loser. Win, ticket, $1. I'm like, fuck! And I just gave up. Like,
But
fuck
see,
it.
it's weird. Like if I try to do that shit myself, no go. Even if it jumps out at me, like I never win. The most I get is just another ticket.
Another ticket or $1.
But now, like my wife, like she plays them every now and then, and she usually does pretty good. But like we have a system. We took a little trip to a nearby town and spent probably 45 minutes at one gas station because like I was just in there getting us a soda, and like a little $2 one popped out at me. It just caught my eye, so I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, give me that. And she played it, bam, won like $20. And I was like, well, shit, I'll get us some more. And I just picked out a few more, and like we were ahead like $20 from where we started, so we just like stopped after like 45 minutes. But just like at least tickets and stuff that we was winning.
Yeah,
No, that's pretty
It's
awesome.
like we got like all the winners out of that. Like
yeah, all at once.
all at once.
Done.
Yeah.
like I haven't seen them in a while, but like whenever the Duck Dynasty ones first came out,
Yeah.
I played one of them and I won $200
Shit.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
off of that. Yeah, and
I have never won, not
Yeah.
even 5.
One.
The most
Well-
I've won is like a 20.
Yeah.
Well, I did.
My mom would always
I
make
had
me do the
$6
tickets
ones.
because I was like, her like thought process was I was really lucky because I was good at the claw machines, like, to get toys and shit. So she was like,
Plus, it was kind of
Oh,
like a toy. It was like,
it's
here you go.
impossible to be good at those.
No, dude, my daughter. You come to my
Well,
house.
I'm
all
saying that's what my mom's thought
Oh,
process
okay, my
was.
bad. My bad. I
Yeah.
thought you say. I was about to say you got the proof that it's not completely impossible.
No.
The proof's
See, I
in
was
the
like
pudding.
good. I was good with it as a kid, and my mom thought that it was like impossible to be good at one of those. You know,
you just
Because it
gotta
is
spend
technically
$20
a scam,
to
right?
get it.
And so I would get like toys and shit all the time. So she's like, "You're doing lotto tickets," and I'm like, I mean, like I won like $45 for it, and that was like the maximum. But
Pretty damn good.
for me, I only won like $1 profit,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I ain't touching it no more. I got a profit.
I
I'm
don't
done.
fuck with them unless I feel lucky.
So you're like you're ahead in life.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
ahead in life right now. I got that $1.
Keep it,
I'm keeping that dollar, man.
For sure.
because I'm officially negative.
Everyone's a negative dog, except for like
I'm-
one person.
The
Probably.
old store I used to work at, man. This guy would come through. I never knew his name, but always called him Green Bay because he always had some
Dude,
Green
I'm
Bay
hoping.
Packers thing on. You know, he was a fan of the Green Bay Packers, so I always
Nope.
called him Green
Can't
Bay.
eat it until I open it.
Motherfucker would come in and drop at least $300 a night. He'd buy like the $30 and $20 tickets.
Yeah, the
He'd
ones
buy
that
like
have a
4 of
higher
them a
chance.
piece, and just I've seen him walk out with like $200 more than what he spent, which was like a total of $7. And I've seen him walk out and nothing. Just like drop like $6 and just.
I was about to say, I know what I'm doing with my next paycheck. Not that.
Yeah, not that. Not that. Which that leads into like a little conspiracy theory I have about, you know how they have the little TV. It's like so won $10,000 in just 2 towns away. You know.
Yeah.
It's like I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, you think they just like.
I think they just like get on to like they look on like fucking Facebook servers from like people from like California, rip off a couple just bland ass pictures or some just like stock photography, and it's like, yo, Kyle from DeSoto won $10,000. So people be like, oh, that's just 2 towns over, so that makes me believable. And then that one little gas station here in town fucking sold $100,000 winner.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, maybe it's not bullshit.
It's
you
not.
know?
Yeah, that's right. See, like, I met someone who won, like, $1,500 with, like, a lotto ticket. And I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. And he's like, yeah, but I spent, like, $3,000 trying to. Over the course. I was like, oh, well, that's
Right.
My brother did one time. He bought, like, a $10 ticket and won $800 off of it. And right then I'm like, and, like, I've never had the kind of luck where it happens to me. I just
Yeah.
Is there any sodas in here?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'll make it one, dude.
But I know with those lottery tickets, man, it's if it jumps out at me, then I always think I should buy it for my wife.
I'm gonna grab that for one too.
Look at that little pepperoni cheese.
Why is it
taco.
green?
Quit asking fucking questions.
Oh. Because
Trying to get your attention.
Mark watched me drop them all, and he's just like didn't even open the door or anything for me.
Okay. I see.
I mean, what happened was we got in my vehicle. I had my hands full, kinda. He really had his hands full, but he didn't ask me for help. So I was like, okay. Well, I heard it go. I heard like while we were walking up the door, I heard boom, and I looked back. He dropped the Pepsis, and he's like bending down real slow to grab the Pepsis. I was like, okay, well he's got the Pepsis. Well, I get all the way to the door, and then I hear boom. And I'm like, oh, he dropped the Pepsis again. So I wait there for a second. I'm like, damn, it's taking him a while to grab those Pepsis. Eventually he comes. He's like, here's my keys. Can you open the door? So I grab his keys. I open the door and everything. And he's like, man, when I dropped the Dr. Peppers, they all fell out. And I'm like, oh shit, that sucks. But I didn't know. I thought he just dropped the Pepsis again.
Watch me
Either
struggle.
way, you're supposed to go check, see him.
Like, hey, you all right on the struggle train? No. All right,
Yeah, how
well,
was that?
I hope you have a good day.
Mark's sitting there like, what's taking this guy so long? And Trev's like, help!
Yeah, he didn't say nothing. I just heard boom. And I was like, yeah, he dropped the Pepsis again.
Like if my neighbor was out, he's like, that good for nothing, just letting that poor old.
Hey, I opened the door. Without me, you couldn't open the door.
It's like I can't tell what that kid is, but he looks like he could be a gardener.
How was that?
Blink that out.
It's fucked up, Jay.
I love your jokes, Trev.
He's like, that's it. Stay sexy, bitch.
And on
We
that
ain't gonna
note-
have a YouTube channel after this, but
All right, so we trail it off again like we normally do. Let's let's get one of your guys' dumbass kids stories,
Yeah,
injuries,
crazy
whatever.
kids stories. You said you were 18. Yeah, the tattoo one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh,
Trey?
yeah.
Well, he just did the Corvette.
yeah,
Yeah.
you did the Corvette.
Now
Okay,
it's your
hold
turn,
on.
dude.
I'm sure I can think of some.
dumb one,
I
the
had
guy's
a rough
part.
childhood.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel you. That's why we got a lot to talk about. You just got to start spinning those gears with your hungover brain.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
hungover.
Yeah.
Give him a second.
So, one time, I don't remember what the hell I was doing. I was building something. I think it was like a tree house in the
Was it a
backyard.
Gunpla? Was it you gonna
No,
say Gunpla?
I
Nope.
wish it was a Gunpla.
Oh, here.
I wish it was a Gunpla. But no, like, I was in the backyard building a tree house, you know, like shit that kids aren't supposed to be doing. Like, that's what I was doing. So, my brother comes back there, and I'm like, be careful. I even give him, I'm like, don't step on this wood. They have nails in it. I gave him the speech, like, be careful. Well, 5 minutes passes. I turn back around. I step. Sharp pain in the foot. Middle foot. Step exactly on this board. Nail went right into my foot. And, like, I lift my foot up. The board stuck to it. And my brother's like, oh! And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I got a nail in my foot. I'm like, I got to be careful with it. My motherfucking brother comes over there and starts stomping the board.
Trying to
with
get
my,
on your foot.
yeah, and like it just keeps just like tugging my foot. Like I'm just like, oh, you
Damn.
motherfucker!
That's
like,
like horrible, dude.
I literally like dead armed him and was like, quit it, you motherfucker! Like I was cussing him out and shit, and I was like 14. Like,
Oh, you had built-in jet ski, bro.
How
Like,
how large is that nail? How large is that
dude,
nail?
it was a penny nail,
Oh,
12-inch pennies.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, dude,
snow ski.
the long ones with the like the pretty thick ones, dude. I couldn't walk on that foot for like 3 days.
Yeah, dude, I remember.
Did you get it bandaged up or anything?
No, I did.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to go get a tetanus shot and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you ain't getting no
Yeah.
rats poison or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I got plenty other stories to say. I just got to think of them, but that's the one I.
Yeah, no, it's like it kind of comes in like it kind of comes in and goes away real quick. Those like
In
old stories
waves.
and shit.
But yeah, that's one I remember. If my brother ever watches these, I just want you to know you're an asshole for that.
oh!
But I got folded in a fucking
Damn.
folding chair one time. That like it was really just no, yeah, it was painful, but but it was a lot more scary than painful. It was painful though. Just like I don't know what was wrong with the chair, you know.
Did it remind?
But like,
Sorry.
yo, go ahead.
It reminds me of the time whenever in the weight room when, like, our friend Marcus, little scrawny dude, trying to like squat 300 pounds.
Oh,
I
God.
used to fold it up.
Oh no.
I remember that.
He was like,
It's the same one you know, too.
Who?
"Yeah, you
The
play
Marcus
Call of
that you
Duty."
play Call of Duty with?
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, he was
No,
like, he like
no,
tried to
no.
lift this shit, like literally, it was like he gets it up, he's like, the whole time he was standing there. It was like I was like, dude, this is gonna end bad. He's like, I got this. He's like, oh! We're all like, oh shit. And I run over there and kick the back of the fucking. He was like box squats. I kicked the box and he's like, oh!
Yeah.
that-
Because like the system that they had the bars on the side, so that way
Yeah.
if you drop, it catches the weight still, so you can fall. But he got stuck between the box. So he was like, oh. And he couldn't drop because he was sitting on the box. So I tried to fucking straight up kick that shit out from underneath.
He's like, man, I thought I was a goner. So I was like, I told you didn't have it, but okay, go ahead.
No. That's fucking. I love Mark though. He's fucking funny. So
Yeah.
Marcus, I guess we have Mark in here, so we can't. But
We have a Wolo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
There's
Yeah,
a difference.
I'm Wolo. I don't know the smart guy.
Wolo with a K. But yeah, I mean it's kind of a simple story. I was sitting in a folding chair, we're all outside, and my like older stepbrother Brandon, who like he was like
Excuse me.
joking around, like picked me up. He grabbed grabbed the folding chair the same way that you grab the folding chair to fold it.
Yeah.
Pick me up. So just like slink, and my legs went up to my head, and it spooked him. He's like shunk and it stepped, so he let go of the fucking chair while I was in the air. And I was like, while my legs are hung up and my ass out and shit, and I was just like, ah! Like fucking. That was like a quick one. I was just wanting to shoot.
Yeah, damn, dude.
Okay, I got one. Okay, when I was 17, I had this. Was it 17? It may have been 18, but I had this little red and yellow Silverado, and I decided one day, like me and my buddies were bored, and we had like one of those little plastic 4-wheelers, like for like a 3-year-old, like. Well, I was like, man, it'd be sweet if we tied this to the back of my truck and we take it down a gravel road like 40, 50 miles an hour, dude. I'll ride it, and you can drive my truck. So we go out to a gravel road. We tie up this little plastic four-wheeler to the back of my truck. My buddy takes off. By the way, I had a bad feeling about this day, so I wore a helmet and a jacket. So I was like, all right, I'm good, and a pair of jeans. Well, we start taking off. And like I'm telling you, like 40 or 50 on a little plastic fucking four-wheeler, it feels fucking crazy.
I can't believe you made it that far to go that fast.
No, like it was booking it like 50 miles an hour.
On gravel?
On gravel. Well, we're going through like 2 turns because I remember it was like 2 turns before this happened, and I'm like about to lose control, 50 miles an hour. I'm fucking scared. I wanted to tell him to stop, but he ain't gonna hear me because we got a big long ass rope. And on the 3rd turn, like I felt like
you just bail?
Well, I felt the tires were loose, but then they got really loose. So like we were like doing 60 miles an hour around this last turn, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put my weight in and lean into this turn. As soon as I put my weight on it, the 2 front tires popped off of it, and I fucking endoed like fucking 3 times, like over and over, like head. As soon as the tires broke off, my face just ate it. Poof! And then I endoed my body like 2 or 3 times. And like I got up because everyone stopped the truck, everyone hopped out of the back of the truck because we had a bunch of people with us. And they're like, "You alright?" And I stood up and I could barely stand on my right leg. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm good." And inside I'm just like, "Oh my fuck, am I dying?" And all I was thinking is, if I did not wear that helmet, I would have fucked my face up because the first part that hit was all face straight to the gravel, like 50 miles an hour.
Like helmets save your fucking life.
Yeah, it saved my fucking life, but I will say, like, it was so fun riding that thing until that moment.
I say one of the scariest things that, like, I always thought it was just like in action movies and shit. I didn't have a biker helmet on. I had like one of those, like kind of like those, like regular bike helmets and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was riding with and shit, and like, I remember seeing an action movie where like this motorcycle dude was like speeding, and then this like dude come in and like kneed the helmet up and like split it in half and knocked the dude out. And I was like, "Well, that's really cool, but impossible." I started riding with my fucking helmet. It was just like a normal bike too. It wasn't like a motorcycle or a dirt bike and shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, bing bing, fucking fiddling and shit. And it's the same bridge that I. Okay, well, it's the same bridge that I used to live near up in St. Louis and shit. I always go to McDonald's and shit, so I was riding my bike with one hand. I don't know what the fuck is with me and thinking I'm really good at riding a bike just because I went to BMX.
Yeah.
I do BMX.
But I'm always like, oh, I do BMX. Okay, I like put my foot over here and I'm like, so I'm like sitting on a road like a mile out and there's always this fucking hill that just like fucking swoops in really quick, you know? It's like you just don't see it coming, you gotta turn really quick. And it's kind of hard to turn with one hand sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
like sharp turns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I tried and I fucking wiped out this like light pole, like those big wooden light poles and shit. Like it was like not even like boom, like face first. Like I tripped and I was like this, like if I hit it, just like split my whole head open. And like it like didn't knock me back or anything. Like I went boop and it like clipped off the curb into the road. I was like boosh, and it like stopped me. I was like boom, and I like slid down from the like light pole and shit, and like my helmet fell off like in half. My head hurt, but it wasn't like bleeding.
Straight split that shit.
Yeah, I just split that fucking. It was like the like the foam, and there's like the like all that fucking hard protective shit, just like shattered in half on me.
Damn, if you didn't have that helmet, you probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah, dude.
Just like me.
I'd be.
The helmets save lives.
Yeah.
Wear them.
Wear helmets.
Wear helmets, dummies.
Wear 'em.
Yes.
I have like when I think about it, I have a lot of bike injuries.
I have one more bike
You have to
injury.
be a professional BMXer.
Yeah. I did it for like a little bit, not even for like a whole like year. You know, it was like a year thing where you kind of do it every once in a while, during like every other month.
So it was
or
like the skateboarding phase.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, check it. I could do some tricks. I was taught some tricks. I self-taught myself some tricks. I'm cool. I'm good with the bike and stuff.
Dude, I'm a BMXer.
Now I have a lot of wounds from bikes and shit. Sucks.
Getting good.
No, not getting good.
So if I had my original bike, I would have landed it.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was using the bike I had at my dad's place.
I got one super quick one that involves a bike, and this is like probably the dumbest thing I ever did in my whole entire life ever. Okay, I was riding my bicycle, and I had like a fully customized, like it was like when I was like 14. My bike was like tricked out, had like flame tread tires, like it was sweet. Well, I'm riding my bike, and I look down because my buddy's like, "Hey man, your chain looks loose." Stupidest fucking thing I've ever done in my whole life. I look down, and my chain does look loose. While I'm pedaling, I wanted to just feel how loose the chain was to see if I needed to like take out a link.
No.
Right when I go down, and I'm still pedaling, somehow I was too close to the sprocket, and I pedaled over my finger 3 times into the sprocket. So I'm sitting there on the side of the road. I'm like, because my finger and like my fingernail can't grow right after that.
Yeah,
it's
I see
fucked
that.
up. But I was sitting there. I was like, and one of my buddy's dads runs out because it was right over by his house. He's like, "Hey, something wrong?" And I'm like, "Ah!" So he figures out something's wrong. Well, he runs over to me and he sees that my finger's caught in between the chain and the sprocket of the bike. So he's like, "Oh, I'll be back." He goes and gets like these bolt cutters, and right when he gets over, he puts it on my finger. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna get you out," and I was like, "Ah!" And he's like, "No, I'm joking." So he cuts the chain. He removes the chain, and as soon as like I pull my finger off the sprocket, it's like, like arterial spray, like every heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's just. So I got in his vehicle, and he took me home, and like I was just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. I got home, and my mom's like, "Oh, you probably need to go to the doctor, but I'll wrap it up." So she like put like this medical tape on it and then duct taped it really, really tight. And I was just like, "All right,
good now.
all right, I'm better."
I'm gonna play some
But
Smash.
literally, it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever done. My chain's loose.
Mark, you're awesome, dude, but you're kind of a dumb kid.
Hey, I'm not gonna. I never said I was the smartest.
It's
I guess we all were sometimes.
well, that's like a lot of my like dumbass stories with this dumbass fucker here, man. I don't know how we came up with half the ideas we came up with. I thought it would work. Like we drifted my golf cart, almost fucking died.
The fucking tires came off.
Yeah, the fucking tires. That was the second time we drifted it. The first time, almost running into the light post, and then like, cause we was coming down this gravel road, cause where I lived at the time.
Times, man.
And so we're like sitting there, and Trev's driving. He's like, "You ever drifted this thing?" Because Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift whatever came out.
Bro.
And so we was all about drifting. Everything drift. So I was like, "No, I never did, dude." I was like, "I don't think it goes fast enough." Then we like looked over, and there's a gravel road that has like a dip and then a turn.
Like,
you know?
I got this, dude.
And so we like looked at each other, and Trev's like, "I got this." I was like, "Okay." And we're going. It's like and going down the little hill, picking up speed. He's like, "Call me Drift King," and wow, like just turns the wheel.
Didn't do shit.
It goes like, and we're like, "Wow!" And then it goes. Wow! Like, to the right, he was like, "Wow!" And then, like we was like about to hit the telephone pole, and then he just like puts on the brake and turns it again, and we like just stopped like right over a culvert. It was like leaning. We was like, "Whoa!"
Call me Drift King.
Call me Drift King.
Fucking scary, dude. And then it was like later on that same year. It was close to winter time. School got called out.
Call me Drift King.
Yeah, dude. And so fucking, school got called out because of snow and stuff, and we were sitting there. We're like, "Oh man, the roads are icy." We're like, "We got the golf cart, dude." So we get that some bitch out. We are driving through the neighborhood, and I was like, "Oh, see that cool little house right there? It's the A-frame with the circle drive. That's like our landlord's one of his other houses." And Trev's like, "We could drift around there. It's ice." And I was like,
We can drift around.
"Well, yeah, we can." Totally forgot like what happened like 3 months earlier.
Yeah.
You know? So we do it, and we fucking do it, dude.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Yeah, like
nailed
Trev
the
just
drift? You
watch
nailed it.
out.
Perfect.
Just all through the driveway. We was like,
And then we was going back up the hill, and it's like, boom.
yeah, we was like, fuck yeah,
I'm
and like
that
the
don't feel
cart was doing like this. And Trev's like, "You smell that? It smells like rubber." And I was like, "Well, let's stop the golf cart." Then we stopped and looked, and the tire completely off the rim.
And we had to push this thing up an ice
Yeah,
hill.
this old ass dude, like I
Watch
guess
this.
saw us.
Watch this. pulling this motherfucker all the way to the very top of the hill. And then when we got there, after struggling for 40 minutes,
So
he's
y'all
like,
need help?
yeah, he's like, hey, you guys need me to tow it home for you? Like, what the? Oh,
And I was just like, I said yeah, because
I wasn't about to push it anymore.
but it was just like we spent like a good 40 minutes pushing
Dang
it
it.
up an icy hill, man.
And right when you conquer the hill, he comes out.
Yeah.
It's like, shit!
No, he was watching us.
Yeah.
He was out in the yard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he
Right
was
when you
like,
get to the top,
"Bunch
he's
of-"
like, I'll see if they need help. They look like they're struggling.
Yeah, he said he'd been sitting on his front porch with a hot cup of coffee watching us push this sumbitch up the hill.
He's like, it looked like a tedious task.
Dude, that
And I
probably
was
made
like,
his fucking day, though, for real.
Probably, like, I used to be real mad at the guy. Why would that motherfucker let us do that?
but
But
now I see.
now I'm older. Like, if I had stepped out of my house and I saw kids, like, yeah! And I was like, yeah, they deserve that.
That's what.
I'll let them figure it out.
Not to mention, like, we wasn't actually supposed to like be driving the golf cart.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah. It was off limits. My mother wasn't home, but we found out the.
She even
how it had
locked
that-
it up. Dude, we like pulled the boat out so we could take it.
Yeah, how they had that little canopy. We
Yeah.
just like was looking at it one day, like, how can we get the how can we get the golf cart? And we just realized that the canopy was just bolted on to the body, and we was just like,
Oh,
went in there, found her boyfriend's tools, just and slid the chain right off. We thought we was slick, dude. So we drove
towed
it all
on
around.
instantly.
Fucking like we thought we was slick. Like we got back and it's like, yo, mom didn't even make it home yet, so we put it back up, tightened it back up, put the tool back exactly how it was.
Yeah, she ain't gonna know.
And my mom, she was working at a bar, so it was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock when she got home. And fucking, like, me and Trevor sitting there just playing, like, fucking, I don't know, fucking Onimusha or some shit.
Yeah,
wrestling
yeah.
on PlayStation 2, something. Boom! Down it! Get ready! What did you do with the golf cart? We was like,
I didn't do shit.
Was the tire still hanging off?
no, that the tire
That
happened
was
later on.
Oh,
This was
okay.
the first time
Yeah.
we ever took it.
Yeah.
Ooh, she was mad.
Yeah, we had to actually like tell her on that one because
Yeah.
like we couldn't hide it.
Yeah, you can't hide that.
Yeah,
fact.
she's like, you want to tell her what you did with the golf cart today? And I was like, about to try to pull out some lie. And then she was
Yeah.
she's like, 6 different people told me they saw you driving the golf cart around today. And I was like, fuck.
Damn it! Let's just get stitched.
Yeah,
Let me find
I
out.
want some names.
yeah, man.
Let me
Oh,
find out. Let me find
Y'all
out.
thought y'all was slick.
Dude,
but probably the dumbest thing I ever did. It's funny because I just told Hero this story on the way here today. I went spelunking
Oh,
with people I barely fucking knew.
hey, why not?
Yeah, well, that was my thought. What up, YOLO?
Never see him again.
Dude, like, I think about that now, and I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me? Like, cause no safety gear, middle of the fucking night, drive all the way out to like fucking Donovan or some shit, walking through the woods a little bit, and the dude's like, oh yeah, here it is right here, and it's not a mountain, but it's a big ass hill, and there's like a wall with a door on it. And I was like, oh, that's weird, just out here in the open, and you open up the door and walk through, boom, cave.
Oh.
Like, it was trippy. I was like, oh, okay, saw a little frozen bat, because it was like December or some shit. Little frozen bat hanging there. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Fucking dude. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like you remember in art class when we had to mess with the ceramic or the pottery and stuff, how slick mud stuff that was?
Yeah.
That's what we was walking on, dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like we was going through, and the person, it was a dude and a chick and one of their chick friends, and I had just like met them like the night before
That's why you
at the
done
bar.
it to chicks.
I guess so. Like,
It had to be.
yeah. That's what telling me it was just the chick was really pretty.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
they were
They'll
talking
make you
like
do a
last-
lot
and
of
they
stuff.
invited me to go hang out with us. I was like, sure. Never fucking again, dude.
I don't care how pretty you are. Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't care how hard up I am. Never again. But fucking, so we're like walking through, and the guy said he's done it like billions of times. I just had, vagina on the brain, so I was like, oh yeah, cool, dude. He's like, now up here there's gonna be a little bit of water. He's like, depending on the year, he's like, it might be a little bit deep. So I was like, whatever, I got boots on. Fucking up to my knees, dude. Like we're like, sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. Basically pitch fucking black. Like all we had was like fucking phone lights,
Oh shit.
And then like we're like fucking crawling through, and there's like my fucking leather jacket got ruined. because like we'd have to crawl through really tight spots and like little tiny stalactites or whatever, whichever one's on top, scrape like. It looked like I got attacked by like a fucking mountain lion. My jacket did. Like, it was fucked. Like, there was no saving that jacket. And fucking, then we like are crawling through like this. He's like, okay, there's a spot where you're gonna have to be really careful because there's a drop, but we don't know how deep the drop is. And fucking did it. And then like we got all the way to the back, so like the cave was starting to go like that. Like literally where we got to, we like couldn't even fucking continue to go.
Yeah.
So we was like, okay, let's turn around, and just did it all again. And like I like was hanging out with them a little bit more. They drove back home and fucking dropped me off, and I like went up to my house, fucking my pants, boots, mud,
covered,
fucking caked,
jacket destroyed.
Jacket destroyed, and I get ready to sit down and go to bed, and I sit there and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, all the fear, like, I had, like, stowed away during the whole thing. Just, like, came back
came at
instantly.
once.
Oh, my God, dude.
You had a little mental breakdown.
Dude, yeah. It was like in Rick and Morty when they do the whole thing.
Yeah.
They get into the car and they're like, that's what it was like.
dude.
I was like, what was I thinking?
Dude, like-
what the fuck? If I would have fell, I'd have been disappeared forever.
Yeah, like they literally like, if he fell through a hole or something, they could literally be like, "Don't fucking say nothing." And
Yeah.
like, leave. No one ever knows how out of the bed.
Nobody knew who I was with. Fucking.
Bat
that's
would have been
fucking
sleeping
terrifying.
with the bats.
Yeah, dude, fucking goddamn. Either that or
Like-
became king of the cave people.
It's just like I can't even like fathom how terrifying spelunking is, dude. It's like your life hinges
Well,
on your battery life. Like if it reaches 0%, you fucking dead, dude.
Like,
It's
it
pitch
had to
black
be
after
the
like a
adrenaline
few
that
feet.
kept my ass calm throughout it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, now that I think about it, like, that's fucking terrifying. Like,
So,
that's fucking
real quick,
terrifying.
I don't exactly know what spelunking is, so explain it to the audience.
it's a
Cave
explore-
crawling.
You go into caves
Okay.
that usually like either mountains.
that one dude.
yeah, the one I was showing you where you. Yeah, like I watched the extremes versions
Yeah.
of it where they gotta like they gotta
They
go
gotta-
into the so small of areas they gotta deflate
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
and then
dude,
crawl
like,
through.
I'm telling
and then
you,
take breaths.
I crawled through a section, which I was a lot skinnier at the time.
Yeah.
But, like, I was crawling, and I was having to, like, push myself forward, and I could hear the
Fuck
my back.
Fuck yeah.
That was like-
That is one thing if someone's like, hey, do you want to go do this with me? I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I'm like,
No.
That's like any or anybody, like even if it's like a bare fucking grills with like all the best equipment, like you want to go spelunking? I'm like, no.
No.
I did it once, never fucking again.
Dude,
At
that's
least you can say you done
terrifying.
it, but yeah, that shit's scary.
Dude,
We watched a video of this dude like crawling, and he was literally
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah, he was a professional. Like
Yeah.
he went
died
into
that
he
way.
went he went into this hole and it ended up being like upside down.
And he
so all of his-
breathed too soon.
yeah, so he couldn't get out. And the way like they had rescuers try to come in, but they would have to like try to break his legs to get him back out. And they decided that that's his final resting spot. So they went ahead and just like put something over the door of the cave, and his body still lays there today. I can show you the video. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
fuck,
one that's
dude.
like,
For like 24 hours,
like a
he's
really
just sitting there.
Yeah, well, I saw a really old video about this dude who liked to go solo spelunking and shit, and he got stuck in one of those like things where he was just like stuck in like stalagmite and shit, and like somehow they like found that he was there and shit. Like his brother knew that he always went spelunking and found him. They got a hold, and they couldn't get to him whatsoever, and he was there for a fucking week before he died. Like they were able to get down to there, and like half the trips they went down, the people wouldn't even get halfway down to where he was because they were too fucking scared to go any further because just how fucking
damn right, dude.
yeah. But a lot of times when they do get there, they really only could just like give him a sandwich and shit.
Yeah,
So he, like, sat there
yeah.
and
They
pissed
can only comfort them.
Yeah. And so they like, I remember there was like they had documents and shit and like their plans.
Yeah, dude,
they were gonna
that's some
dig
scary
like
shit.
they were gonna dig like a big ass hole like 150 feet down type of thing, which is like that's like a couple $1 million worth of
Oh,
shit.
fuck
And
yeah.
it would take the minimum of a week or whatever to get done type of thing. And he ended up dying. They did, and he ended up dying. They found him dead when they got down there.
Damn.
That shit's so
And
terrifying.
it's like that's like what the
For
fuck?
anyone that does it, I mean, y'all got some big
I see-
cojones, but
Yeah, dude. Like good job on you guys,
like,
but like also
not for me.
Never
Like,
Not this
good.
bus.
you guys need to get
Not this bus anymore. One and done.
I saw like there was another one that fucking freaked me out. Right, it was this, like the chick was like a sole survivor, and it's because she went out earlier, and it's because they were going spelunking in this one like cave mountain thing, right? But the area was very popular with like flooding and stuff, like blocking the holes.
Oh,
and shit.
God.
So they were gonna do that in a fresh day and shit, and it was like a flash flood that came out of nowhere. She was like too scared to go in, and so I think she got tired or something, so she wanted to come out. She got set up a tent, and a flash flood came in and started raining. So she decided to check on the place, and when the hole that they went in, completely covered in water and shit. And when they went down, they went in, and all their bodies were found like drowned to death and shit in like holes.
My God.
But they were all like spread across like very far apart from each
Well,
other.
probably
Like,
because the water just moving them.
yeah, they think a lot,
Oh,
and
God.
a lot of their bodies are found in really high areas. Like they tried to find places
Right.
that didn't have water filled up. No, they all just fucking drowned.
That
That's
shit's
the
scary.
worst.
Yeah,
man.
that shit's horrible.
Could you imagine drowning in the dark like that?
Is that it?
Oh,
Yeah,
That's it?
That's
Damn,
it.
that's it.
That's the podcast.
that's
All
fucking,
right then.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is the end of this podcast.
Yeah.
I hope you guys like some of the stories. I mean,
We talked a lot about the kid stuff. We talked a lot about spelunking and other shit.
Hey, we're all over the place, and that's why they love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Like, why? Like, that is such a terrifying thing to do, to give a stupid ass name like spelunking.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Like, well,
it
yeah,
should be like
someone's like, oh, you want to go spelunking now?
it
It's
should
like,
be called like Death Caving.
yeah,
It's like, dude, I don't want to go Death Caving.
yeah. It's like, you want to walk the halls of hell? It's like, no.
Yeah, but it's like
you want
spelunking?
you want to
You're
go
like,
spelunking now? It's
okay.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking,
Oh, God.
No.
The shit's deceiving.
very deceiving.
All right, this is the end of the podcast, guys. Hope you enjoy. Stay sexy.
Stay sexy.
Stay sexy.